hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
Okay. All right, shut up.
L'Oreal did admit that in high school, she used to make fun of him.
To be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan.
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that, Miss.
We got to give credit where credit is due before we get started up in this. First and foremost, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. My brother, when I saw the video of him accepting that award, you know, damn near a thug tear dropped up out of my eye.
The Oscar goes to Michael B. Jordan.
This is the first Oscar win and nomination for Michael B. Jordan.
And the reason is that because it felt like me, all right? It felt like me walking across that stage. Listen, anybody who works hard within this life understands what it is that it takes in order to be classified as best in class. How many years or decades, damn near a whole lifetime, that it would take you to receive that honor, but it can only be done by keeping your nose to the grindstone, by honing on your craft, focus on continuous learning as well as improvement. And it damn sure is not chasing around these hoes or chasing their damn validation.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yeah,
I'm the prize. What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation that is like no longer serving me.
Speaking of the validation of some of these Thought Bop 304s, do you guys remember that clip a couple of years ago of Michael B. Jordan being at the red carpet of Creed and having someone that used to interact with him back in middle school, high school era, and he called out that, hey, wasn't you the one that used to call me corny?
We know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
Now, depending upon how long you've been following the channel, you see me cover that video extensively. All right. And I talked about it in a sense of if you were called corny as a kid, if you were called a lame as a kid, especially within Black culture, especially amongst the women, that often is a killer of a woman's attraction for you. And we also understand that within subsets of the culture that pedestalize bad behavior, thugnificent behavior, and a culture where some of these women would rather choose the drug dealer or the scammer over the 9-to-5 hardworking man, there can be an uphill battle. Well, that same crazy young lady has switched her crazy ass hair color and got up on the Madame Noir podcast, whatever it is that you want to call that shit. But she got up on there, and as soon as they smell that internet clout, and as soon as they get a whiff of it, they're going to do anything that they can to continue to lie or bring down this brother right here instead of shedding some positivity back in his direction. All right. Seems like they can't let it go, even when proven to be wrong. And she begins to lie about that particular viral moment. So we gonna get after it here today. Let's listen to the Harpy's harp.
Was that serious?
And it's never that deep.
By the way, the chick on the left is the young lady in question.
Was that serious?
And it's never that deep.
Yeah.
Because that man don't know you. Okay, these celebrities that y'all be fighting for, they don't know you.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
Okay. All right, shut up. Chicks like this will always try to rewrite history in order to avoid accountability. Do you really think that a young man such as a Michael B. Jordan, although it may have impacted him during that time, you don't think that he was taking notes? You don't think that a young man that has literally no scandals outside of dating that crazy ass young lady, Lori Harvey, but has had no scandals within his life, things like this going viral denotes that? Do you not think that someone this meticulous enough to earn an Oscar in protection of his image would not make that assertion unless he was 100% accurate in what it was that he saw back into the day. That level of logic doesn't even make sense.
Crazy.
That doesn't even make sense. And you didn't even say it. And no one has ever said, hey, our bad. We went back and heard the audio. You didn't say it. It was, and your friend also.
Oh no, people came up to me and was like, oh, you know,
But
my
it's
fault. But the disrespect was way louder than the apology. I didn't even, one of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was an article he read. He thought you said it. But you went on all these other publications. Not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. Yeah. Come have a seat and talk about it. You know, the thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
It's really crazy. I feel like the internet has created a hate train that is just never gonna come off the tracks.
No. So when do you cut it off, right?
By the way, before we continue on, did you guys know that there was a scientific study published, this is back in like 2022, that said people who dye their hair unnatural shades show higher rates of depression? You could take a look. It's in the PsychReg Journal of Psychology, and then here goes the volume as well as the issue. Though it's become a popular fashion statement, especially among modern women, performers, and artists, new study shows that dyeing hair in unnatural shades could be a silent cry for help and a sign of underlying mental health struggles. Talk about an unneeded study, huh? All they needed to do was go pay your good old boy MTR, and I could have told them that these blue-haired 304s are all psycho. So effectively, the young lady is trying to go back into time to revise history, now claiming the hearsay, oh yeah, he tried to hit me up through a friend, and then he said, I'm sorry, he tried to apologize, and then they try to come out the logic of that people who responded to her are disrespecting her more than what she allegedly disrespected him as. And let me also say to my young G's out there that have ever been labeled lame or corny, hopefully you're utilizing this as fuel. Hopefully you took a look at Michael B. Jordan's demeanor on that red carpet, because all his demeanor said is that I got the last laugh. Look at you interviewing me for your raggedy ass show. You need me to get clips. You need me to get views. You need me to get viral because you spent your waning years dating the jock as opposed to giving men with integrity and morals respect. Shame on you. And to watch a room of sea urchins all clapping and agreeing with the damn lies. Well, what the sister code did in research is that she actually talked about this before.
L'Oreal did admit that in high school, she used to make fun of him.
To be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshot. We lived in Newark. Yeah. Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Well, Michael clearly caught wind of all that.
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
And L'Oreal later shared this final moment from the uncomfortable chat. L'Oreal did.
Looks like he didn't lie. Oh, let me try to understand. Because you didn't admit saying the exact word of corny, yet you teased him? How does that make it any different, ma'am? You are effectively summarizing his life up at that time as being corny. It is interesting as an adult looking back and seeing, what is the psychology of, young people who actively bully other people, right? Now, it's a lot different if you're the bully's bully, right? Everybody loves the bully's bully, but I'm talking about those first stage bullies. And what you often find is that they suffered from trauma within their life, or they're actively going through torture at home. And they project whatever it is that they're going through, or the hate for themselves, onto other people to lower them down, to make themselves feel better about themselves. Meanwhile, they're just pathetic, and they can't take half of the bullshit that they dish out. I can't even imagine who told her this was a good idea to come out looking like she has mortician makeup on, with highlighter hair, with all of her titties and the top of her tummy hanging out. This is absolutely nasty work. But she probably thinks that looking like she's getting ready for her funeral looks good, thereby increasing the chances that she is suffering from a mental health shit, as what her colorful hair denotes. Ergo, how she can just cleanly revise history depending upon who it is that she's talking to. So no, ma'am, nobody misquoted you as per your own admission. And honestly, Michael B. Jordan was very cordial in getting that lick back. I thought it was very professionally done, all right? It's way more professional than what he needed to give you in that particular moment. And he wasn't even winning anything that night. That was for Creed. That was a couple of years ago, baby. I just wish they would have had you up on that red carpet during the Oscars so he could have put belt to ass in a professional, masculine manner. Yet again, that would have been the icing on the cake. But it's all good though, because I'll put belt to ass for him. Guys, I want you to understand this is that, again, we touched on a lot of different topics here. I didn't really even get back into the Lori Harvey thing. I think that if he was still with Lori, right, like this would not even been a thing. When you have a young lady that is talking about how much of the prize that she is when you're dating someone like a Michael B. Jordan, we don't got to be dealing with liability women like this. She's to the side of the road doing whatever it is that she's doing right now. But do understand is that when you reach a certain level of success, people from your past will resurface, okay? You're going to get them, hey, big head texts, the what you doing texts. And some of these will be from those that, you know, you try to, you try to see where this was going to go. Now, some will try to celebrate you. I'm not saying don't open it up for the celebration, but others will count on you to forget and will attempt to rewrite history to protect their own image through their own lack of accountability at your expense. Your job during that is not to argue. Michael B. Jordan in that situation, he didn't argue, all right? Your job is to stay grounded in truth and let your positioning, your success, do the talking, okay? And that's what Michael B. Jordan did. That was the dynamic. And although he had his win in a battle, the war was not over, and this Oscar win was his war. But he didn't have to over-explain. He didn't have to beg anybody to believe his side of the story. We let her do the talking, and it went against exactly what it is that she said. But Michael B. Jordan's track record, his discipline, and his consistency already made the case before he opened his mouth, all right? And keep your nose to the grindstone, because doing it the way that he did is real leverage, not that fake leverage, all right? Not the leverage that you feel in the short term when you puff up your chest and you respond back and you become petty with someone in the short term, in the moment, because it feels good. We long-term critical thinkers over here. We chess movers, not checkers movers. Damn sure not no tic-tac-toe movers over here, you understand me? You do not need to be loud when your life already validates everything that you stand for. Shout out to the corny dudes and the lames out there, all right? Because y'all are absolutely winning. And y'all gonna take over when this AI becomes to the next level. It's already here right now. Listen, I need to do a scientific study on the rate of text message, hey, big head text that's gonna be coming through, you know what I'm saying? I might need to, you know what I mean? I might need to contact Verizon, AT&T. Like, listen, can y'all get me a word search on hey, stranger or hey, big head? Coming up on here in a couple of years. All right, guys, if you also haven't picked up on my essentially Winter is Coming 2.0 video, guys, make sure you go back. It was posted like 1 or 2 days ago. I believe it's called right now, Women Panic After something. Kevin Samuel was right. Guys, make sure you guys go back and take a look at that video, and I lay out kind of what's going to be happening over the next 5-ish years when it comes to the proliferation of AI. And I think my last couple of comments will make sense within that. Nevertheless, guys, let me know what you think about the content that I presented in front of you today. Let me know if you guys agree, whether or not you disagree. And shout out again to Michael B. Jordan for that win. The movie Sinners was absolutely phenomenal. Really a pleasure to watch. And it actually reinvigorated my like of movies, all right? That whole scene when they were like all dancing and they were going back through time, absolutely brilliant. But all right, I've been your host as well as your facilitator here for today. And yeah, drop your comments down below. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Shout out to the MT Army. One love to the MTRers. And I'm out of here. Peace.
You is ratchet as they come. Rainbow weaves and batwing lashes. Weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A-gip like pick a mug, how you big back it. Said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man, when you get sad.